Yeah, hi friends. Welcome to my channel, Vikakarla YouTube channel, where you can find more videos on Java microservices and all Java Spring Boot microservice related stuff and all Java related videos. So today, this session is going to discuss about the Java 8 features with real-time examples. So we are discussing what are the Java features are available, and how we are going to use in our day-to-day work, and what is the importance of that. So how we can reduce the code by using these features we will discuss now. So I will I will provide each all the examples, real-time examples for each and every feature. So let us discuss. Okay. So for each. So previously we have a normal for each and enhanced for each. Now it is a internal for each. So Java it provided a internal for each. So if you see here, so Java 8 features is the for each method. So for each ordered operation. So here we have a two kind of for each methods. So for each method is utility function iterate throughout the collection such as list or set or map. See, whenever we are traversing the map elements or list elements or set elements, so and stream, and we can use the stream also. Streams also one of the new feature in Java 8 feature. So streams is nothing but a collection, just manipulating a collection resources or collection data. So this is also one kind of collection data, right? So whenever we want to traverse the data through iterate the data through the collection, we can use the this for each. So how we are going to how we are going to iterate, and what are the examples? I will provide the examples one next session. So in this session, just I am highlighting the what are the Java features. So for each, right, it is used to perform the given actions on each element of the collection. Just now I said, right. So we need to traverse the each and every record of the either list or set or map or stream. This is the collection data. So iteratable interface. This makes the iteratable dot for each method available to all collection classes except map. So this for each method for the all this interface is available for all collection classes except map. So map interface makes the for each operation available to all map classes. So stream interface, this makes the for each method or and for each ordered operations available all the types of streams. So we will see the next session what are the how can we take the examples on each and every topic we will see. So don't miss friends, you can subscribe and like and share my videos, and you can subscribe my channel further notifications whenever I'm giving examples on this. You can definitely get a notification on this. So next, lambda expressions. So what is the lambda expressions? So lambda expressions are nothing but it is a new feature in Java, and also lambda express is an anonymous function, which means the function which does not have any name or any class name. A function does not have any name and does not belong to any class, which means it is an individual or open function where we can provide the implementation for the interfaces. What interfaces? Functional interfaces. Especially, it is designed for the Lambda Express is to provide the implementation for the functional interfaces. So how we are providing the implementation for functional interface? We will see the examples. Right now, we are just knowing the what is the purpose of Lambda expressions and what it is. So Lambda expressions versus methods in Java. See, just now I say, right. So it is a anonymous function, which means a function does not have does not have a name and does not belong to any class. So it is a function, right? We can have a methods in also in Java, right? So let me check what is the difference between lambda expression and method. So a method or function. So we can any method we can call it as a function itself. So Java has these main parts in a method. So we have a name of that method and parameters list, which means method arguments, and body of that method, which means the implementation of that body, and the return type of that method, whether it is we have a return type of that method, whether it is a void or a particular data type of return type. So this kind of variables or this kind of components is included. These kind of components are included in a method definition. And whereas lambda expression in Java has these main parts. So lambda expression only has body and parameters listed. Yes. So just now we discussed it, right? That is not having any name and belong to any class. So simply it is having a body and parameter list. No name, no name. A function is anonymous, so we don't care about the name. Okay, fine. So parameters list and body. So parameters list in the sense method arguments. So it can have a zero parameters, it can have a more than one parameter. And body. This is the main part of the function. No return type. So no return type in the sense Java 8 compiler is able to interfere the return type by checking the code. You need not to mention the it explicitly, which means so here is the there is no return type, but Java compiler will explicitly do the uh, will implicitly do the return type. So we no need to return explicitly. Explicitly, we no need to return. By default, it return the return type of the body. And it will after something executed in the method body of the functional and lambda expressions, it will automatically return back. So wherever we are passing, we can collect the data or we can return that data within that lambda expression. Let what is the next feature? So lambda expressions is fine. So now method references. What is method references? Method references also in Java 8 is the new feature, and lambda expressions is a new feature which is introduced Java 8, right? And lambda expression is a anonymous function. A function which does not have any name and does not okay fine. Fine. So I think I didn't provide method references. Okay, fine. Fine, no issue. I will tell you. So method references is nothing but see whenever you want to call a method from the method from the class or method from the interface, you can call class name double colon a method or class name double colon a static method. So without creating an object, we can call directly. If it is a static method, we can call directly those methods from the in a child classes, in implemented classes, method implemented or wherever it is required. So we can say some case in some cases we can replace the lambda expressions also by using method references. So how we are going to replace the lambda expressions by method reference, we will see by doing an example on method references. Fine. Now a functional interface. So what is a functional interface? What is a functional interface? An interface with only single abstract method. An interface, only a single abstract method is called it as a functional interface. You can either use a predefined functional interface or provided by the Java. Predefined functional interface provided by the Java, or you can create your own interface and use it. So whenever we are creating a functional interface, we should ensure it is only one single abstract method, and we need to give the added functional interface on top of the functional interface. So we can call it as a functional interface. Java has some predefined functional interfaces from the java.util.function. So this is the package where we are having a some predefined functional interfaces. They all are have only one abstract method. We already discussed it, right? So functional interface is having only one abstract method. So that is the reason they are also known as a single abstract interfaces, single abstract method interfaces. We can call it as a SAP interfaces. So this is what a functional interface definition. So how we are going to use a functional interface, how we are providing the implementation by using lambda expressions for the functional interfaces, we will see by doing it and some of the real-time examples. So and also we have some predefined functional interfaces in our JDK. So runnable is a predefined functional interface which we have a only one method, a wide method, right? One wide method. Whenever we are using whenever we are creating a thread by using runnable interface, we are providing implementation for the wide run method. Sorry, run method. So that is the one of the predefined functional interface. And also we have a Java 8. We introduced many functional interfaces. From that, I mentioned some four functional interfaces. Of course, we have a many functional interfaces. So this is the predicate a functional interface. So it represents a predicate, a Boolean value function of one argument, which means this is the predicate is the it will check the conditional based functional interface. This is so whenever you want to check whenever you want to check like if else conditions, so like that we can replace the if else conditions by using this functional interface, predicate interface, and we can return it is having one argument, which means boolean, whether true or false it will return. And what is the function? Function is also one functional interface. It represents a function accept one argument and returns a result. It is also, it will give the result. And consumer and by consumer, consumer is represents one operation that accepts the single argument and return the result. So by consumer it will accept the two arguments and return the input arguments and returns no result. Sorry, consumer and by consumer, which will not return any results, just it will accept the, it is a single argument, it will accept the, by consumer it will accept the two arguments. So how we are going to do, where exact use case of this consumer, where what is the exact use case of this by consumer, what is the exact use of this function, we will see the examples. So these are the predefined functional interfaces from our Java 8, from the in the JDK from Java 8. So now see, after functional interfaces, and we have also default and static methods in interfaces. So apart from the functional interface, we have a default and static methods in interfaces. So what is the default and static methods? So default methods, we can say the concept of default method is introduced in Java 8 to add the new methods in the existing interface in such a way so that they are backward compatible. So backward compatible. So why we call it, why we are naming here it is backward compatible. See, whenever you want to add an abstract method in interface, so whatever, wherever we are implementing that class in our code project, all the classes we need to implement that method if we want to add any method, any abstract method in the interface. So if you add any method, there is no need to implement the already implemented classes. So that is in that way they are introducing the default methods in a interface. So that is the reason we can call it as a backward compatibility, is adding new feature without breaking the old code. So this is what a new feature. So in general case, if you add any abstract method, in an interface, for example, my interface A is there. So my class B is implementing interface A, and my class C implementing interface A, and my class D implementing interface A. So whatever all the classes are taking the whatever the methods from the interface, I am providing the implementations for B and C and D. So now I am adding a new method in a interface A. So I need to implement the all the three classes. Wherever I am implementing this interface, I should implement the I should provide the implementations for that method from the A interface. So this type of incompatibility issues will avoid by providing that we can Java 8 introduced a default methods. So if your interface is having a default methods, no need to implement all the implementation classes. So that is the reason we can call it as a backward compatibility without existing of a existing code, without affecting of a old code, we can say existing or implementation code, right? So static methods in interfaces are similar to the default methods, except we cannot override the same these methods in this class implements these interfaces. So static methods also we have, and also static methods means which is having some implementation of from the interface. So whenever we are implementing the interface, we no need to provide the implementation for the static method. This is already having some implementation. So how we are having a implementation for the static methods, where we can use the static methods. So what are the backward compatibility of the default methods? We will see the examples. So now here it is a just I'm giving a brief introduction, or brief overview about the default and static methods. Fine. Okay, fine. So now a streams API filter, map, reduce. So these are the three kinds of operations by using streams we can do, and also we can do parallel streams and parallel streams operations. So we can do plenty of operations using streams. So what is actually streams? We will see now. Just but the introduction. So streams. So a new package java.util.stream has been added in a Java 8 to perform some filter kind of. Filter means the conditional. We can filter the bulk of data. We can filter based on some conditions. We can map which means the based on the conditions we can map remaining data to the some collection. We can reduce based on the conditions, we can reduce the bulk of data into respective result. So like operations, we can do the collection with the collection. So streams are nothing but a we can manipulate the data on the collection resources. So where is the resource? We can get the data from the collections, whether it is a list, whether it is a set, whether it is a map. From that, whenever we are receiving that collection, using streams or converting streams, that collection into the streams, we can perform some manipulations. So by doing it will not follow any data structure. See, streams API will allow the sequential as well as the parallel execution, and the collection interface has been interactioned with the stream and parallel stream default methods to get the stream for the sequential and parallel execution. Just now I discussed it. Just now I said, right? Fine. How to work with the streams in Java? By creating a stream from the collection results. So whenever we are getting a results from the database, from the cache, or wherever we can get the collection data, on that collection data we can create a stream, or we can convert a stream to perform intermediate operations and terminal operations. So what are the intermediate operations? The intermediate operations like distant, stream dot distant, stream dot collect, something like that. We have a stream dot filters or stream dot map. So those kind of operations we can call it as intermediate operations. And what is the terminal operations? Streams dot after streams dot distinct dot collect dot. So collect is the terminal operation. So like that we have a some kind of intermediate operations on streams in the streams, and also some kind of terminal operations in the streams. So what are those intermediate operations, and what are those terminal operations, we will see when we are using when we are doing examples on these streams. So streams are simply we can say streams are introduced for the data manipulation to get the result based on some performance, based on some conditions. Based on some conditions we can get the result. And also streams are dynamically loaded, which is not a cacheable, and which will it will give the performance more compared to collections are the early loading. Streams are lazy loading, which means collections are created the objects which are cacheable, and which are collections are defined or designed by based on the data, some data structures. But streams does not have any data structures. This is a Streams are simple functions which will work on the collection data simply. So we can manipulate the data in a better way and better performance and better results by using streams. We can get the better results with the required on basis on some conditions, right? Fine. Now, optional classes with the example. So what is an optional class? See, whatever we have a different kind of Java 8 features. Optional is one of the feature from the Java 8. So using optional class, previously whenever we are getting a record from the database, if the record is not adjusted, we are used to get the null point exception. So by avoiding such kind of null point exceptions, the Java 8 provided the optional class. So optional class which is having some not null objects or proxy objects, it will return the those not null objects whenever we are getting a null point exception, null pointers, null checks. So such kind of things we can avoid the null point exceptions by using optional class. And this is from the util package. Using this class we can join. Sorry, this is the joiner. Sorry, this class is introduced to avoid the null point exception that we frequently encounters if we do not perform null checks in our code, obviously. So using this class we can easily check whether a variable has a null value or not. By doing this we can avoid a null point exception. Fine. So how we are going to avoid the null point exception, where we can, what is the exact use case of this optional, we will see in the examples. So what is util package? So here string joiner, right, and arrays. I also mentioned arrays and parallel stream and string joiner is the one of the new feature. So using this class we can join more than one string. I'm talking about the string joiner. So more than one strings with the specified delimiters. See, if you want to construct a string based on some comma or based on some space or based on some plus operation, we can, using the delimiter, we can join the strings more than one string. We can also provide a prefix suffix to the final string while joining multiple strings. Yes. So previously these kind of features are not available. From the Java 8 we have this kind of feature. So if you want to construct a string more than one time, more than one string if you want to construct, and if you want to add a sorry, prefix and suffix to the final string result, we can add using this string joiner. And also parallel, just now I said, right, arrays, parallel, arrays, using arrays we can do the parallel sort. Using arrays we can have a sort method in the java.weekly package. Now it is having one more method called parallel sort. So parallel sort, using parallel sort, we can, the method introduced the support is a parallel sorting of the array elements. Simply we can do the sorting order using parallel sort. So not if parallel sort will give the better performance compared to normal sort operation. So this is what Java 8 features. If you see here, I missed one of the Java 8 feature. One more Java 8 feature is there, a date API. So previously the date API is a not thread safe. Now the date API is a thread safe. So how it is a thread safe, and what is the use case of this date API, and what are the examples from the date API, we will see the next class. So don't forget to subscribe this channel. So if you forget, if you are subscribe this channel, you will get the notification whenever I am adding examples on the for each, whenever I'm adding examples on the lambda expressions, and I will add the examples on the method references. I will add the examples on the functional interfaces, and I will add the examples on the default and static methods. See, these all features are very important in a day-to-day work. Using this, you can use effectively in your code these features. If you really use these features in your code, you will have a better performance, and you will have a less code. You can reduce plenty of code, or number of lines you can reduce by using these features. So how we are going to use these features in our day-to-day code? By seeing one by one, I can explain one by one, by providing each and every feature. I can give the more than one example, I can give 5 examples, or I can give, based on the topic, I can give the more than one example. Be ready for the next classes. Thanks friends, and please make sure subscribe the channel for to get the notifications on these examples. Thank you friends, thank you very much.